give and they get. Then they run around town beating their chests like they forget. I can forget for now, but I won't never forget. No, love how I feel, knowing the universe got my back. Whoa, love how I feel, knowing that money gonna come right back.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are here, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, give us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast from. We're back. OG internal episode. First pod back from Miami. Woo! How are we feeling?
I don't like how this podcast started. Give me that.
There we go.
Usually it starts. I'm opening. I open it. That's usually kind of how it.
Well, you know what? You know I knew the vibes because they asked me. I said, "We're gonna pour up right now. We're gonna pour up on camera. We're not gonna pour up on camera."
No, we pour up on camera, but I'm fucking. Usually we're opening it during the intro. You hear what's?
Yeah, it's usually
Yahtzee.
George Clooney, but it's not.
It's a good point.
Listen,
what possessed you to get the silver Patron instead of the Casa?
The $36 sign on the front.
I respect that. I do. I respect that. Shout out to Patron.
It's an ad.
Shout out to Patron.
There you go. Listen, I've been drinking Patron for a very long time.
Bro, listen, if you're drinking Blanco, it's Blanco, right?
Yeah.
If you're drinking Blanco, Blancos are like the same shit. That's what you used to.
This was open. Who
I
had
opened it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I prepared it. That's what I was getting to, but you know the. Come on, man.
I mean, bro, ask me if I'm wrong. I feel like I'm the opener of the tequila. I feel like that's my role on this podcast.
I took off the plastic for you.
I know we like to pour it on.
No, but normally I like doing that. You know, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? You see it as a good thing. I don't. You know, but we don't have to.
Jake's
all agree.
just not happy with us since Miami, right?
He's got something going on.
Something's
bro.
going on.
What's
over
going
here.
on with him?
Heavy pour. Good. Thank you.
Heavy pour. A little more for myself.
I got my poppy, even though I would prefer Olipop.
Way too much.
I would totally prefer Olipop, but I got my poppy because you guys drink the shit straight, and I can't drink the shit straight, bro.
A little lemon lime.
Yeah. Shout out to Poppy, but I do wish it was Olipop.
All right. Well, let's do this thing.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers,
gentlemen.
Where we at?
I guess we could start off with you, cousin John.
Why me?
Because you're so handsome. No, I don't know. I mean, normally we do that. We do the how are yous. I guess how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Miami was great. My first fucking vacation, not vacation, but work,
first trip with the podcast.
First trip with the pod, so that was cool. That was great. Came home, just was a little slammed to work all week, just working a lot. Had a drop today, so I mean everything is good. Everything is just keeping busy, I guess.
Yeah,
it's about to be busy season again with the holidays and shit coming up. As far as like clothing is concerned,
right.
We got a lot of cool pods dropping over the next couple of weeks, and kind of actually preparing for that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where
Potential
I'm at.
LA trip.
Potential LA trip in October.
How is this? Incorporating into your life? How is because it's a whole new thing.
The pod?
Yeah.
Oh, I had like on drop days are like kind of hectic and chaotic for me. The entire week uploading the website, getting the shit ready, drafting, posting, yada yada. I couldn't wait to come here tonight.
Really?
Just to sit down and just like not have to think about that shit for a couple hours.
Right.
So it's easy for me to intertwine the shit into my schedule. Yeah. I do the shit at night anyway. I could pretty much open 50% of my nights up to do shit. Right. And I love it. At the end of the day, I would drop a lot of shit to do this. Right. So it's intertwining in my life. Great.
Yeah. We want to do more internals.
Yeah.
We talked about, you know what I'm saying? For you guys listening, we want to get back to the internals. I don't even know why we haven't done one.
To the roots. I don't know. I just think
well, I think we did a lot. When I first came on board, the three of us, like we slammed out a lot of internals.
No, for sure.
Yeah. And then it kind of got like, maybe taking a step back and seeing it from another perspective is a good thing.
Yeah.
And then we did a bunch of
I don't even know
spots.
what happened, bro. This summer for me, bro, like, I'm not going to lie, not a good fucking summer, one. But I don't even remember the summer. I don't even know why we weren't really doing pods like that.
Yeah.
We haven't dropped in, 6 weeks?
No, 3.
No, we did Lilo
was 3 weeks ago. Monday makes 4. So 1 month.
So about a month.
Yeah, 1 month we took off.
That was a big episode.
Yeah, and we also we filmed
episode,
a bunch, you know, so
that's good. Yeah, it's good. I feel like to have them in the clip ready.
Yeah, we got 3 or 4.
If you guys missed us, you're about to be sick of us because we got like 5 episodes to drop over the next.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you missed us, welcome back because we're ready to move and rock and roll.
Really good episodes as well.
Yeah.
That all have a totally different like vibe and genre to it. So
right.
you know, I just think I think they were all interesting, and I think we did a great job on all 3.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I think we did a really good job.
100%.
So, yeah, tune into those. Those will follow this episode.
Which ones were your favorite? You got a
weeks.
favorite from the 3 that we just did that really sticks out in your head?
I mean,
I don't know. Do we give away the surprise for the people?
Oh, that's true. Well, I mean, we
'Cause it's
posted
coming Monday.
it. We
Yeah, I know,
posted it on
I'm
our
joking.
story.
Yeah, no,
you know?
it's not like it's a big surprise.
yeah.
But I get it.
I mean, yeah. We had a big artist on. His name was Gashi. That was, that's John's friend. That was amazing. That was an amazing conversation. I think I love the War Dogs episode. We had the guy from the War Dogs movie, which is pretty cool. I think that was just so cool. Even like today in the barbershop, different level of respect. Like a lot of the guys were like, "Oh, that's the episode."
Mm-hmm.
You know. And I was saying like views, no views. I don't give a fuck, bro. That was different.
No,
there was a different feeling after that.
100%.
It made me feel legitimate. Yeah, so that was
cool.
good. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, they made a movie about the guy. You know what I'm saying?
There's not many opportunities you get the chance to talk to someone like that
Yeah.
and sit down and really pick their brain.
Yeah.
And really know the inside scoop of
100%.
his life.
Right.
It's cool. You can read about it. You
Yeah.
could watch fucking other people's podcasts,
Yeah.
but to actually sit down face to face, it's a cool experience.
Yeah. I agree. All right, well, let's get a little spiritual. I was gonna wait for the tequila to hit.
It's hitting.
You know what I'm saying? But let's get to it. Haven't done an internal in a while. I know a lot of you guys listen to this shit because we're pretty much as real and relatable as possible, and we talk about things that other people don't speak about. And I guess I can kind of go off here. I mean, this wasn't the direction I thought the podcast was gonna be, but bro, I had a pretty bad summer.
Yeah.
I had a pretty I don't want to make this like the bad news show, but like I think that's something to speak about, because I don't even know, bro. It happens quick. Like you could be, bro. I feel like last year we were doing so good, or I personally was doing so good, and then I just got like a little complacent, and then a few little small things happened in my life. And bro, I looked at the entire summer and I was like, I don't think I did anything. I don't think I did a single thing. You know, like I could not remember, bro. I don't even think I had like a nice experience, bro. Like very, like just surviving. That was kind of the mode that I was living on. Like just like every like day to day, just surviving.
So exhausting.
Oh my God.
So exhausting.
Like not even one positive emotion.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm so fucking happy that I'm back in the gym, because
I got back in there too this week.
That was there was like a whole month. I mean, ever since Lifetime Fitness cut out for me, that was a 3-month period, bro, where I was just like, not excited to go to the gym.
But you think like you burn yourself out though, kind of sort of, because you're doing those videos, like the Uberman video, and you also did the Red Meat Challenge, probably making you work out a little bit more.
Right.
Like one of the things that my father used to always tell me, which I was very surprised because he was a very strict, stern person. Just do it.
Right.
He was like, yo, we are not going to burn you out of the gym early. We're not going to the gym 7 days a week. Like, we use my box trainer. We'll go like 3-4 days a week, and we'll give you some time to fucking heal up and like take a step back.
Right.
So do you think that you doing all those like the YouTube videos and like that documentary style, do you think that kind of like burns you out a little bit for a little while and you have to like reignite that at some point?
I know, bro. I think that like I think that emotions are present. So like I think that emotions are present and accessible. So I think that like happiness, it's right here, right now.
Yeah.
Joy is right here, right now. Peace is same thing with motivation, inspiration, and I think that it's an internal thing.
Yeah.
Because like I think that was the mistake that I made. Is like, bro, there's 2 ways to get happy. Something can happen on the outside that can make you happy. And something can happen on the inside that can make you happy. Now, none of us know how to, bro. Like in football, my coach always used to say it. Like you need to be a self-starter. Like you got to get yourself going. Yeah. Like because, and I understood what he meant at the time, but now I understand it more than ever, because the majority of us think we're happy when things are going well. Yeah. But bro, like what I've realized about life is that things rarely go well. They really do, like, rarely go well. I think you can get blessed and be in a good position where you're on a hot streak and you have momentum and things are going great. So you're happy in that period. Right now, I go on my email, someone sends me $10,000. There's no way I'm not happy. There's no way I'm happy about it. But like that's where I think I went wrong, is like I just checked out of the belief that I can be happy with my current life experience. I was like, the only way that I'm going to be happy is if I'm in a completely different place. But it was so insane because I wasn't in a different place. I wasn't in a different place tomorrow. I'm not going to be in a different place the next day. I'm not going to be in a different place next week. And like, you get to this point where that burned me out. It wasn't the gym that burned me out or making videos. I love the gym. I love making videos. What burned me out was what burned me out was I couldn't be happy I could not be happy in my day-to-day life because my day-to-day life wasn't good enough.
I get that.
But it's really weird, bro. I was thinking about this today. Another thing, and I'll stop chatting, but fucking I was thinking about like success. And this is on my mind a lot cuz this is something that I crave and we all crave and we want, we deserve success. And I was thinking about passion. And bro, I'm most successful when I'm most passionate. Like that's when I do the best in my life because I'm a creative person. So in order for me to be creative, I need to feel passionate. I need to feel inspired. If I'm not fucking passionate or inspired, I'm going to make bad shit. And I was thinking about where my motivation changed.
That's a good question.
This past summer, the only thing I gave a fuck about was making money. And no money came, I think, because I wasn't passionate about making money, and I thought about that. No one's passionate about making money because I think passion existed before money.
Yeah, of course.
Meaning, like kids don't know shit about money, but kids are some of the most passionate things in the world. And I'm like looking at grown-ups, and I was looking at my lifestyle, and the thing that I chose to chase was money, and it was a losing game because there's no passion in money. It's like it's an exchange for doing something that you're passionate about. Yeah. That's the distinction. You get money for doing something that you're passionate about, but what you're passionate about isn't making money. That doesn't exist. It's not real. So that I just wanted to kind of open up and share that like this summer, I'm excited, bro. I feel good again. I'm gonna keep feeling fucking good, and the last thing I'm gonna do is like say that I'm only gonna be happy if I make money or things in my life change, because who the fuck knows when that's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Can't chase that.
Yeah. It's weird. We especially as men, I feel like a lot of the time, you were saying like being a self-starter, and as men, we usually only act on, we usually only act to like make a change in our life when something happens, like something bad happens, like there's a lot of times where, sure, as an athlete, you have to be a self-starter, right? Or have a motor. In basketball, our shit was like, he has a motor, right? So that means like he's going off the jump ball. But when you bring that to life, there's so many times that we have the opportunity to be the self-starter and take the next step, and we don't do it. But the only time that we do that is when we get our heart broken, when something traumatic happens, when you get fired from your job, you lose a loved one, and then there's something that sparks that fire inside of you to make that change. And it usually it ends up working out for the better, but it's like, why can't we just decide to make a change in our life without something bad happening? It's like we're almost waiting for something bad to happen because we know what it does. I feel like I've done that a lot where I don't act on. I don't take initiative on my life. I don't like really take control of my life like when I'm feeling okay and I'm feeling good, because it's like I'm subconsciously like waiting for something to fuck up in my life, because I'm like, I know if this happens or I envision something that like goes really wrong or that I know is gonna fucking hurt me, I know that I'm gonna act on that. I know it's like I almost need pain to go out and make something happen in my life. Right. And I hate living like that. Yeah. I want to be able to just be the self-starter and just be like, all right, I'm gonna go and do this. And God forbid something happens, well, that's gonna add to it. It might set me back for a little while, but I know that pain is going to result in, you know, success and just being able to flourish in life. But I think we do a very poor job of that as men, you know, especially, you know, obviously I can't speak for women, but I just know men, it's everyone's fucking story. Right? Yeah. They were homeless. They were addicted to drugs. Their fucking wife cheated on them. They got broken up with and they felt like a loser and they had no money, right? But that forced them to go out and do something with their life. Yeah. Yes, some people take that and they go the complete wrong direction. And you see that a lot of time. And that's a sad case. But there's a lot of success stories that started from something happening. And I just think we just all have to do, everyone in here and, you know, people listening, like do a better job of like, stop waiting for something to happen for you to take action, you know, because you're not going to be motivated. Something bad isn't going to always happen. Like you got to be able, because time, like you said, bro, it just flew by. Summer's fucking over, you know, and we didn't take advantage of this summer.
It's crazy, bro.
We took one trip, you know, we didn't really have guests on. We had maybe 3 guests on the whole summer. And there you go. But it's like, what's going to happen? Like what's going to make us like finally just be like, yo, let's just fucking do this shit every day. But like, I think it was a good start. Yo, we're going to start running 2 internals every week, start pumping out content, you know? So it's like, we have to take control. We can't wait for shit to happen.
Yeah. And it's a fucking insane thing because we do this. You're right. Men do this, bro. I think people in general will do this. Like, bro, we don't make a change into our life. We don't make a change in our life until something has gotten so fucking bad. But bro, it's such a horrible thing because what I've learned is like, you're right, we do make a change, but you got at least a 3-month period where you're climbing out of the mud, getting back. And then you have all this positive emotion. You know what I'm saying? You start killing it again. You go on a winning streak. But bro, what I'll say is this: if anyone that's ever actually been through a real breakup or losing a parent, losing someone, experiencing anxiety, like, bro, just a major change in their life, yo, you will change, but it's not fucking great. It really, it's how would I say it? I would much rather wake up tomorrow when everything is kind of okay and then change my life. Because that's the thing, yo, when you're in a negative place, it takes so fucking long just to recover. And then talk about feeling good. Yo, I was thinking about this the other day. We live in a society where doctors solely exist to cure sickness. So we're living in this state between sickness and feeling okay. But bro, there's a whole nother space on the other side of feeling okay, which is feeling great. Who are the people that help us go from feeling okay to feeling great? You know what I'm saying? Like the entire purpose of a doctor is to help us when we're in a shitty place. But bro, where's the profession that takes us from feeling like okay to feeling amazing?
You know what it is?
I think it's you.
No. Well, you're talking about doctors. You're talking about
but he's using that as like a metaphor to life, right?
I'm just speaking. Well, doctors make you better physically. Therapy and therapists help you mentally. So this gray area that you're talking about between like we live in a society where okay, you're the person here and this is just feeling okay, just like surviving every day, and like this is being sick and the doctor is supposed to help you like not get there. Well, like if you want to get that way to the other end of the spectrum, you need like a boat to get you there, and like therapy, whatever the therapy is. I'm not saying therapist, but like some sort of therapy, whatever that is for you. Like this is therapy for me. So this is like a vehicle to get me to feeling more than okay. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that was interesting that you said that, because like doctors do it physically, but you need something that's going to like strengthen your mental. And
I
that's
agree.
Very hard.
I feel like it's yourself though. I feel like you're the only person that can get you there, because everyone's you know thing that ticker that's gonna get them right. Everyone has a different boat, but like you only know what boat that is. You know what I'm saying? Like you only know the vehicle that's gonna get you there, and yours is different than me, and you know all of ours is different. I just feel like that comes from like the internal shit.
Right.
You know, 100%. I feel like it has to come internally. There's nothing that nobody's going to tell you, or a book that you're going to read, or a person you're going to meet that is really going to get you to that great, you know? And like, you've had phases of like feeling great. I've had it. You've had it. You know, we've all had it. And like, look back, what got you there? You know, alone time and like really like digging deep and like soul searching almost.
But that's kind of what I'm saying. You're right. It is you. But the reason why we don't do it is because our society is so fucked up. Like, bro, we have such an issue with our society where, like, no one even expects to feel great. Like, feeling great isn't even a thing.
Yeah.
I feel like majority of people are purely living in survival mode. You look at, like, emotions, right? And, like, what are the emotions the average person feels? Fear, resentment,
Anxiety.
Doubt.
anxiety. Bro, I can't, like, it's not natural for me to feel happy.
Yeah.
It's not natural for me to feel great. It takes a lot to get there. And I think that's a fucking problem with our society, is like, we're just living in a place where people are cool with just being okay. It's like we have these people on the other side, doctors, where we get sick and they help us, right? But then it's almost like what you said, like maybe the therapist or maybe whatever it is, but there's not this thing on the other side. There isn't a culture of feeling amazing. It's like, it's almost like, bro, if someone feels great, we almost get like offended by them, like, oh, they're fucking lying, or you know what I'm saying?
Well,
or
it's because
like
society created that
Yeah.
in a way to keep people under control. If everyone's feeling great and everyone's happy and everyone is, self-sufficient and they're not dependent or relying on, doctors and therapists and society and social media and that, the world wouldn't operate the way it does.
Bro, you think there's not some sort of fucking? There's got to be
John has
a cure for cancer somewhere in the world. They just don't want it
Of course.
because they want us to have to be. I'm not no conspiracy theorist,
Right.
but like,
No.
come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, money could get you anything. I mean, look at Magic Johnson. He was one of the first persons to have AIDS, right, and like be okay. You know what I mean? So like,
Right.
there's shit there. There's something there. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something there to keep us, so that we're like want to just survive, bro. I've been surviving for like 2 years too. Not even the summer. Fuck the summer.
Yeah.
This whole fucking year. Like if you looked at my year, right? If you looked at my year from a surface level perspective, right? I went to Costa Rica, Dubai, Arizona, Italy, California, Miami, back to Italy. You'd think, holy shit, you had such an amazing year. You traveled so much. I never even left the country before this year. I left the country 3 fucking times. And I'm still just not happy. Picture that for a second. I'm doing things from my perspective, I'm doing things at 30 years old that 20-year-old John looked at and would have been like, was looking at me right now like, holy shit. And I'm still sitting here not even remotely close to like what I want to be, who I want to be. You know what I mean? So like I say that to say to people, like, you don't really realize this shit until you get older. All of the people that are older than you, the shit that they told you, that, oh, you're going to learn this then, and you're going to learn this then, you're not going to learn this till this happens. Like, all that shit is true. And me personally, I would much rather be the person that had to take the stairs and broke his leg and his ankle on the way up than like just hopped in the elevator and like took it all the way to the top, because like going up those stairs is what makes us who we are, especially as creatives. Like if we were just regular civilian people and some shit was just always happening, I wouldn't really know like the silver lining to it would be. But just the fact that who we are and that we're creative people, all the stuff that we've been through, both good and bad, make us who we are.
Right.
You can't write fucking Lilo Brancato's life story the same way that he can. But I promise you, if he were to do it the right way, you'd fucking win awards. But if we were to do it, it would never be as good, because we didn't feel the shit or see the shit that he felt and that he saw. So like that's a silver lining, I think, for us. And I also think that, speaking on that vehicle thing that's going to take us to the next level, you are very lucky if you find that. Not everybody finds that shit. Not everybody, like
but
you
isn't
said,
that crazy?
But like you said, I'm not passionate about making money. I'm passionate about doing something that I love and I'm passionate about that makes me money. Do you know how lucky you have to be in that triangle? Some people never connect that dot.
But bro,
You know what I'm
Sometimes
saying?
that vehicle finds you.
And that too, At War found
If
me.
you're doing the right thing, right, and you put yourself in a position, sometimes that vehicle just finds you. You don't even have to go look for it. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is something that you're passionate about,
The chasing butterflies quote is something that
Yeah,
I get.
that's a great
I get
one.
from people all the fucking time. Like, yo, I love that because it's so fucking true. You chase them, they fly away. You build a garden, they come to you.
Right.
But it's very, very hard to build that garden and not see the fruits of it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Not to water and not see the apple every fucking day
Well-
or whatever the fuck you're growing until 60 days later, and you're like, oh shit. And it makes me realize that like social media isn't everything, because you're only seeing you're only seeing like the surface of it. You're never seeing what's going on behind it, and it's completely ruined. Not the world, it's ruined our perception of reality is the problem. And you could honestly equate that to like really fucking people up. You know what I mean? Because everybody thinks that this shit just happens and just comes. I was thinking about it today. I split my at-war career up into 2 parts. The first 6 years where it was a hobby, and the next 4 years where it was my career. But if I look back on it, I didn't hit anything until 7. So what makes you think that this second part of my career, I'm going to hit something before 7? You understand? And that's what I try to tell myself every time. I'm like, fuck, this shit's not going the way that it's supposed to. I'm not hitting my numbers as quick as I used to hit them. I hit them, but not as quick. And it makes you feel like shit because, like, what Gachi said on the pod, he was like, yo, not that I'm poor or broke, but like when you're not doing what you want to and you also have people that look up to you and see you every day, you start to feel like, oh shit, I wish I was invisible right now. You have no idea what I'm going through. You see those 7 trips I took this year and you're like, his life is great and my life is nowhere near great at the time. It's getting better. I'm working on it, but it's not. It's all surface level shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to say something because it's something, bro, that I've been thinking about a lot recently because mentally, bro, my head feels like pillows right now, which is very nice. You know, like, bro, like I know what it's like for it to feel like thorns and roses up there, and that's a bad place to be in. But right now, for whatever reason, I'm blessed and I feel good. And
cheers to that.
Cheers, brothers.
Cheers.
Now, what kind of changed things for me a little bit was this was the first time in my life this past 3 months where I like literally checked in to how would you say it? I settled. The first time in my life that I've probably ever settled. I always like to feel like I'm ahead of it or I'm in control in some sense. But, bro, this summer, I fucking settled. And it got bad. Now, no one really knew this, you know, but, and I think I did a good job of masking it. But I think I was like a few incidences away from almost like giving up. Like my soul was so fucking tired. You know, there's only so much you can do without getting a reward before you get burnt out. And like that's this fucking podcast game, content game, entrepreneur game. You're saying it. You're on year 9. I'm looking at you, bro. I feel sadness off of you.
Yeah.
I feel that you're not where you want to be.
Nowhere near.
But, bro, that's not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah.
And no matter how successful we get with this podcast or the content or any of it, the expectation, maybe because of social media, is just going to keep going up and up and up and up. So, bro, I found myself 3 weeks ago like, yo, I got to change something. I have to change something. I have to get back to my roots. And I downloaded Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself on Audible. And I threw it in the ears. And I just let it work on me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I let it work on me. And the reason why I am bringing this up is because I kind of realized, this was like a major realization that I had. If you feel like shit, you're going to get shit. That's what's going to be presented to you in your life. If you feel like shit, I swear to God, everyone talks about the law of attraction and The Secret. Bro, a lot of it's bullshit, but I promise to God, this is true. If you feel like shit, energetically, you're going to get shit. If you feel fear in your heart, or if you doubt yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you, bro. Because we wear it. We don't know what it is. Like it's everybody knows what it's like to be in a room and someone walk in the room that's vibrating high and it lifts up everybody's spirits. And I promise to God, bro, like this is the problem about about not having a lot and not being in a good place is like you're just going to continue to attract the same thing over and over and over and over again. It doesn't change. It's not going to change. No one's coming to save you. There's not going to be an email that changes your life, a job opportunity, a woman, a relationship. Bro, you're in it. The only way out is through you. You have to change your fucking habits. And that was where I thought it's even beyond habits. It gets to a point, bro, where you're so fucked up. You've had so much trauma over the years. I'm even in a place, honest to God, I've listened to enough successful people speak about law of attraction. I know, bro, CEOs of companies that won't even watch fucking movies. Because, bro, like the trauma and the bullshit that we see on a day-to-day is enough to, maybe it doesn't fuck you up, but it's enough to distract you. Like even something as stupid as like the presidential debate. Bro, I don't need that in my consciousness because I'm not trying to run for presidency. I don't need to know about that. I don't care enough to vote. I'm in a position where, like, for me to get to where I have to go, I need to be involved with things that are important to me. And things that are important to me is like content creation, whatever. C'est la vie. All I'm saying is something that I realized back to that point is like, bro, the only way that we are going to make more money, the only way that we're going to get more views, we're going to get a sponsor, we're going to be able to move out of the crib, we're going to be able to meet the girl that we want to meet, is if we feel good. And that's what I was saying before about being a self-starter. You know, happiness and joy and peace, like all the good things come two ways. They come from the outside world and they come from inside. And bro, I'm cool with signing the contract that I'm no longer down to collect happiness from the outside because it rarely comes. So I'd rather take control of my happiness and figure out what makes me happy. Because the only way anything good is going to come to us is if we're in an energetic match to that thing. So I just say all that to say that I think for all of us in this room, and I have proof, bro, and I hope to share it on future episodes. But I just think that if you stay in that kind of woo is me thing, you're just gonna get more woo is me. Yeah. But if you just decide one day that like, yo, I'm fucked up, I need to change it, it's not going to be comfortable, and you take steps to change the person that you are, you're gonna get different results because the person that you are is okay with what you have because that's what the person that you are has. It's okay. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is like, bro, you need to, it's not about having new habits. It's about signing up to be a different person. Because if I sign up to be a different person, and if I feel like I'm a different person, I'm not going to be okay with what I currently have because who I am doesn't, your current circumstances doesn't represent who your future self is, you know? Yeah. So that's just like a bar that I want people to hear. I know I chatted a little bit, but like,
I love that.
It's just a bar about like, people need to understand like, bro, you're not, if you feel like shit, you are going to continue to feel like shit. The only way for you to feel better the only way for you to attract better things in your life is to feel better. And when you feel like, you could feel better by yourself is what I'm saying. It doesn't take a lot to feel better. And the reason why I know that is because you can look at a kid and kids don't have money or Rolls Royces or watches or relationships, and kids can collect seashells and play a game with the seashells and have the best day ever. And I'm mad because I don't have a $200,000 watch on my wrist. How fucking selfish and where did I go wrong? Yeah. You know?
No, I agree. And it goes back to, I mean, I think it was your first like million view clip, the orange juice clip. Like what's inside of you is what's going to come out. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not going to change. The time, all that shit. It doesn't matter.
It's a great clip.
You know?
Wasn't it blurry?
A lot of people
It was
didn't like
blurry.
that
It was
clip.
out of focus.
and
a
it
lot of
still
people
hit.
didn't. A lot of
It
people
still
didn't like
hit.
that.
No, a lot of people
5.9 million.
fucking commented on that
People can
shit.
say what the
People
fuck
are
they
dumb.
want, bro. But like at the end of the day, the shit hit.
People are dumb.
Bro, what I realized, bro, is that I realized this past week. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop talking after this. Bro, when someone talks about you, it has nothing to do with you.
Yo.
You're not, bro. What I realized is like no one actually knows who you are.
Yeah.
They don't know what's in your head. They don't know your life experience. When someone judges you, what they're really doing, I know people say this, but what they're doing is judging themselves.
100%.
So it's like they're looking at you, they're talking shit about you, but they don't know who you are. So guess what? They're talking shit about themselves. So I don't care about anyone else's opinion anymore because I realize that their opinion has nothing to do with me. I don't spend a second in the day hating on anybody or talking shit about nobody.
Yeah.
Because the moment I do that, I realize that like, oh, I actually don't know who that person is. And I'm probably just saying that because I'm insecure.
Yeah, it's it's weird. Yeah, you never know like what people are going through also throughout the day. Like even if say you don't know that person that well and like you're so quickly to judge people. Like I even thought about that today. I mean I spoke about it with you earlier. Like today is my mom's 15th
Yes, I saw
death anniversary, you know?
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like I had maybe 40 conversations today. I was at the gym. I was at the barber shop. I was on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I was at the grocery store. I talked to a bunch, and like nobody knows because like I can hide it, right? And I can wear it fine. But it is very weird to think about that, you know. And then that fucked with me today because there's moments where I thought about like why don't I feel that upset? But then like for a 5-minute period, like I look at a picture and then I'm in tears, you know what I'm saying? But like, and 5 minutes later, I'm in the gym, like listening to music and like giving people pounds and like you would have no fucking idea, you know? But then I found a moment in the gym today where I sat there and I'm looking out the window and I got my arms on the windowsill and I sat there for 10 minutes. And I'm sure there was a bunch of people like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You know, and it's like if only you knew, you know, and a lot of people like you don't know what people are going through. So that's why it is good to not judge people and not be quick to, you know, because you never know you don't know people, you don't know their story, you don't know
100%.
everything, you know, and like, I just think that that shit is weird, bro. It's I don't know. Today was just weird. It was weird for me.
Yeah, speak about that. I mean, what's it? Because it's been 15
yeah, today
years.
makes 15 years. 2024.
What do you go through on a day like this is today, like mentally when you wake up, like leading up to it? Obviously, you realize you don't just wake up and be like, "Oh shit, today's the day." You realize like, what is it? What do you feel?
What do I feel?
You talk to your father about it.
Not much, bro. I mean, he spoke about it yesterday. You know, he was just like, "Tomorrow's 15 years," and I was like, "Yeah."
Fuck.
And that was it. Like that was literally the conversation.
Wow.
As you guys just deal on your own.
Yes.
Yeah. Your own ways. Just healthy.
It's bro. I mean, it's fucked, man. You know, like I do a good job of carrying myself with it, and I figure it out. But I mean, there's just so many times where I mean, bro, there hasn't been a day in 15 years where I haven't thought about it.
Of course.
There hasn't every
really
not one day.
No, of course.
Not one day that I haven't thought about my mom. Where every decision I make that I question, I think about her watching me do it. And it fucks with me because it's like it's almost like someone's always watching you, and it's like I have to like live up to the expectations that I think that she would have for me, and I know she's probably proud of me either way, whether I do the right thing or the wrong thing. But I think about it every single day. You know, I think about like if my mom is watching me do this, right? Like my dad is still alive, and there's a lot of my life that he doesn't see, so he doesn't know. Because I'm not gonna, you know, if I don't tell him. Sure. But subconsciously, I'm thinking like, all right, my mom saw this. You know, what would her opinion be? How would she view her son? And that shit fucks with me mentally, like with decision making a lot of the time. And I don't know. I mean, how do I feel? Yeah, it's so weird, bro. It's something that it almost like you feel bad. I don't know. Like I guess at least for me, like you lose a parent at a young age. Time goes on. We're at 15 years now, and you almost feel like you're doing something wrong because like I didn't break down and cry today. I didn't like go and talk to her. You know, I didn't do that, and it's like I think honestly it's because like I try to stay away from it because I know what it did to me.
Yeah.
So I try my best to like almost like shelf it.
Yeah.
And I think it's the wrong thing to do sometimes. You know, I do think it's the wrong thing to do. Like I think I should just open up to it more, maybe. But I've done
like
it
with yourself.
Yeah.
Or you mean like conversations with other people?
Well, what do
you
you
just
think
shelf
about?
it yourself?
What do you think about like going to her gravesite?
She doesn't have one.
No.
She was cremated.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was cremated. The ashes are in my room.
Yeah.
Which is a bittersweet thing because you don't have a place to go see her, but like every time you walk in your room, she's with you. So it's like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
an amazing thing.
Yeah, no, it's crazy though, bro. You know, it's weird, man.
I want to circle back to the motivation thing because you know how you were just talking about how like why do we as men always wait for something bad to happen for us to change what's going on in our life?
Yeah.
But you are in a very unique and fucked up situation, but also being able to flip it into you don't need any more motivation. Just think about your mother.
No, but that's what
You
I'm
know
saying.
what I'm
Like,
saying?
why?
Yeah, but bro, like,
I get it. It's very gloomy and it's not a happy thing to think about. And it's and bro, listen, I have OCD, like diagnosed OCD, so I could completely resonate with your thinking of what you just said. That every decision that you make, you overthink it maybe because your mother's watching you, and I could completely resonate with that. And I can't relate to it exactly, but I could resonate with the overthinking of the thoughts. And the only thing that I could circle this back to is the motivation thing to flip a terrible situation that should never happen to anybody is that you don't ever have to wait for something bad to happen again because, knock on wood, the worst thing that's ever happened to you already happened.
yeah, and
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I get that maybe it's not as recent, but I'm actually kind of with John on that point of like, yo, if you really just like turned YouTube and your phone off for a day and maybe you just sat with that. I know it's probably like, why would you want to go back there? But like, maybe why not? I don't know. I think that could almost be like fun in a sense, bro.
You could draw from it. You could draw from it. Whatever your creativity, wherever your creativity is going to take you, you could draw from that. And I can only equate it to, let's say, we all love to make content and shit, and maybe we want to film a movie one day. You create a character that's based off your mother, and now that character that's in a TV show or a movie or a short lives forever.
But that's the thing. I don't even know her.
You know her enough.
I don't.
I get
And that's what fucks with me.
No, I get it.
Like I don't even know her, bro.
No, I get it.
I was fucking
Young.
12 years old. I
Yeah.
don't know her.
Yeah.
It's
You know?
crazy.
That's what makes me upset. You
I
know,
get
it's
it.
like I didn't even get a chance to even know her.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I can make the movie about the kid who lost his mom.
Yeah.
But I can't make the movie about the mother because I don't even know her, bro. I don't remember anything. I remember the end, and it was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing her 55 pounds, bald, couldn't speak, had to write notes to me in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Question for you. Why do you think that happened to you?
What? I lost my mom?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the initial was
Because that's like very, I'm not going to say it's unique, but like it actually kind of is unique. You know what I'm saying? You're part of a small percentage of people that,
like
My mom's inside.
a child that lost their parent.
What's that parent? Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I mean, in the beginning, I shunned God, and that's why I shut off to God in the beginning because I'm like, if God was real, how can you take a
how could
mother
you do this?
from his son, from her son? How can you do that?
but like if you saw, like I think like, I've been thinking about this recently, and I don't even know how there can be any, like, any argument for atheism because, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, really, like, if we really, like, think about what we're doing right now, this is crazy, bro. To even be a person. Like, there's nothing else I have to say about just how crazy it is.
No, for sure.
So, obviously, like, there has to have been, maybe, I don't know if there was a reason, but, like, have you ever thought about that? If there is like,
I mean, like that's like the thing with the, I know in Miami, like we spoke about signs, right? And it's like you can either be open to them or you can not, and it's like, why would I not be open to them? Like I'd rather be open to them because you can just like almost trick yourself into thinking good things are happening, and then when you're feeling good and positive, then good thing you attract better things, right? But if you're completely shut off to the signs, then you're just stuck with however you're feeling in that moment, you know? So I mean, when that happened, I mean, yeah, of course there was moments and there's been phases where I'm like, yeah, you know, it happened for a reason. I have a why now, you know, nothing, you know, I would have never been the way I am without that, but it almost doesn't, like, it sounds better, right? It sounds better than the reality of it. And when you tell it to someone that hasn't experienced it, you know, they can be like, yeah, no, for sure, you know?
Right.
But until you go through it, you don't get it, you know? You'll never fucking get it. And even if you lose a parent at 30 years old, I'm not saying that makes it easier, but you don't, you got to know them as an adult, you know? So like, that's really what fucks with me. Cause like, I don't remember anything. You know, I told you guys, like, when I saw, like, the camcorder, you know, that was the first time I heard her voice. I didn't even know what she sounded like. Yeah. I didn't even hear her speak for the last 3 months. She couldn't speak. Yeah. So it's like, it was, and, like, to do that in your adolescence as a 12-year-old kid, like, when you're, like, your brain is developing and you're, like, about to go into high school, it's, like, it's this, it doesn't feel real, you know? It doesn't feel real because you don't understand what death is. Yeah. And, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a few times, like, I was speaking to someone today, and I don't know. I sent, because I know they're going through it right now, and like, I sent them a message today. You know, regardless if they knew how I was feeling today, I was like, you know what? Like, I feel okay. Like, and I know they're going through, and I sent them a message. You know, and you know, I got sent back a picture of them crying, like from the message that I sent them, and it was like, you don't know what this like what this did, you know what I'm saying? Like, I needed this today from you, crying, you know, from a text message. Yeah. And I just think I don't know, I just think that shit is, it's like an unexplainable feeling that you can't do, you know, you can't even put it into words. But you know, and then, you know, obviously it was like the message was put back to me of like, you know, like you're doing great, you know, your mom's proud of you and stuff like that. But it almost like none of it doesn't, I don't know, it just like doesn't change anything, you know? Like,
it's also possible that the answer to this question hasn't revealed itself yet. You could, like, why do you think this happened to you? Right now, you don't know. It could, who knows, 10 years from now? Who knows where we'll be? Remember where you were 5 years from now? Imagine where you are 5 years from now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be possible that the answer to that question, you just don't know it yet. You know?
I think, bro, I think this is one of the problems of being a man. I know we've said that word a lot. I never really gave a fuck about being the men's mental health guy. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I think we, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, one thing, though, I think us men do is, like, is like, bro, we just don't really feel our emotions like that.
I never had that problem.
I mean, I certainly feel my emotions, but
I'm
saying, all I do is feel them.
I have a girlfriend that's emotional, so like she can cry, bro, like this, like instantaneously.
Well, I can too.
Yeah, same.
You guys can cry? Do it right now.
No. I'll cry at like the slightest thing. I relate to a lot. Like, I could figure out a way to relate to anything, like a movie, TV show, music, song, like nostalgia. Like, I'll cry to it, no problem. I'm not saying that I could sit here,
but I think,
but
bro,
there's been plenty of times I almost started crying when Zach was talking about his mom. I didn't lose my mother.
Right.
I was still almost crying. I almost cried when Turo was talking about his daughter. Actually, I think I did maybe.
I
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't cry on command. I don't have that power, but it's I'm definitely an emotional dude who feels his emotions, and it's to your point that's the problem with men, because I think that we all feel it, but we all hide it because we think we have to, because we're all leaders and alphas in our own right, and we can never show that side to a lot of people, if anybody. You know what I'm saying?
And 100%. I mean, like, I don't know, like even like when you asked me the question, like, how do you feel? You saw me take the pause because I was about to cry, you know, like, because it was just because that's what I said. Like, I do a good job of like almost like deflecting it and then being able to, but it's like unexplainable. Like, I couldn't even put it into words, but like the emotion hits, right? Like, I don't do a good job of hiding the emotion. Like today, I told you I was watching The Pivot, and they had Sean Taylor, the safety that passed away for the Redskins. His daughter came on, and I watched the clip, and she fucking broke down, talking about, you know, like there's some, you know, that she didn't get to experience life with her father. And I fucking cried before I came here watching that shit. Yeah. And not because, like, yes, that is sad, but no, it's because I resonated with that. You know, she didn't get to grow up with her father. I didn't really get to grow up with my mother, you know? So I think men do a poor job of showing their emotions, but I also think it's because we know that being emotional gets us nowhere. We know that, like, if we cry and we feel bad for ourselves and we get compassion from people, it may feel okay for the moment to let it out. Yeah. But tomorrow, you still got to get up for work. And where did that shit get you? And for me, like, it gets you nowhere. It puts you in a fucking box because you're like feeling sorry for yourself. And there are moments where you do cry, right? Like, I've cried so many times about my mom, and I felt okay after, but it doesn't do anything for the man. You know, like society and just in general, it has created a standard that, like, men need to be the leaders, men need to be tough. So it's like, I just think it's like, and this is someone speaking from, we do this shit all the time. We are vulnerable. We talk about our emotions, our feelings, and we come off soft all the time. And that's just because, like, I'm secure enough to talk about it. Yeah. But when push comes to shove, it's like that doesn't get me anywhere to, like, feel sorry for myself. Like, I have every reason to feel sorry for myself, and I don't want to do that because it doesn't help me. Yeah. You know, it doesn't get me anywhere. It's like, wipe your tears and you have to move on. Yeah. And it's fucked up, you know, because it's like, I don't want to feel like I'm moving on from my mom, you know, and grief is just such a weird thing. Yeah. And I saw this like crazy quote and I resonated really well with it. And it was the guy said, grief is like a rock that you put in your pocket. And the first day you walk around and you know, you feel it. You feel that pocket. It's kind of heavy, right? You feel something weighing you down. And over time, 6 months, a year, you keep that rock in your pocket and it gets lighter. You start to, like, not really feel it anymore. And, you know, a couple years down the road, you almost forget that rock is in your pocket, but you know it's there. And that's grief. That is what grief is, bro. It's that thing that fucking immediately brings you to rock bottom. It pulls you down, it fucking weighs you down, and it's nonstop. You notice it all day, every day. You can't stop thinking about it. But as time goes on and new experiences happen and you meet new people, that rock, that grief starts to get lighter. And you didn't forget about it. You know the rock is there. You still love, you know what I'm saying? You still appreciate that you put the rock there, but it's easier. Every day gets easier. So that's why, like, that helped me not feel bad for myself, to not feel so sad on my mother's death date anniversary or on her birthday or on Mother's Day when like I don't cry. And I'm like, why am I not grieving? You know, and I'm almost like I'm fucking judging myself. I'm like, you should be sad. Like, did you not love your mom? Like, did you not feel some type of way? Like, your mom is dead, you know? Why are you not crying? But it's because as time goes on, you don't forget about her. You just, it gets a little bit easier. The rock gets lighter. And that was a pivotal moment for me that just made me just appreciate, one, life, and two, just the situation in itself, and like that I'm not doing anything wrong, you know?
No, I think that's amazing. I got a question for you. You're not a crier?
I'm gonna speak to you about it. I gotta use the restroom bad, bro.
Go ahead. Yo, you know, everybody. Yeah, you want to pause? What are we at?
You're at 40. Really pause, yeah, John's at 40. Yeah, we'll just wait for him to get back. No, cool. We'll take a cut. What are we at? 53. No. Cool. Yeah.
Yo, you know, it's funny. I was watching The Sopranos last night. At the end, and Carmela and I think Rosalie April, they go to Paris.
Yes.
And Rosalie lost Jackie Jr. in like the middle of the show. And Carmela is just super emotional for whatever reason. Her and Tony just got back together, and she just got a lot of shit going on in her life with like her spec house or whatever the fuck. So they go on this vacation. She won this vacation in a raffle or some shit. They sit down at dinner, and Carm tries to have like a really deep conversation with Rosalie about Jackie Jr. and be like, like we never really unpacked what happened to your son. And she's sitting there going off on a couple sentences, and Rosalie looks at her and he goes, calm. We're sitting in a fucking beautiful restaurant in Paris right now, and you want to talk to me about gloomy shit about my son. There is nothing. My son's dead. There is nothing I could do about my son. You know what I did about my son? I just lit a candle and I said a prayer. And now I'm over here and I don't want to talk about that shit. And now I didn't really think too much about it in the moment when I was watching it, because like that's one of those shows that you rewatch and you just like see scenes in a different light. But now I'm seeing it in a different light, having this conversation, and it's just like, you're not anywhere near a bad person because you didn't cry today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that grief quote. Isn't it amazing when you read some shit like that and it hits you in your fucking soul? Because you're just like, holy shit. Like that's exactly what that shit is. The shit is always there, but it just because I make it look easy doesn't mean it's not heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's been something that has bothered me over the years, that I felt like, like I felt wrong.
Yeah, you
I
just
felt
want to be sad every day because it's one of the worst things that's ever happened.
Wrong,
yeah.
But and then it's also like she wouldn't want me to be sad either.
Yeah,
it's that
sure.
Like I'm gone. I'm not here. Like
do it for me and keep moving forward.
Yeah, live your life. It's just it'll never make sense.
Oh yeah,
that's one. I've been asked this 100 times. Different podcasts, different conversations, this and that. It never makes sense. And I really don't think it ever will.
Yeah,
Because there's always a reason to like go back and like just think there's so much bad. There's way more bad than there is good.
Yeah.
I've said it 100 times, she'll never see me get married. She'll never see her grandchildren. She'll never, she didn't even really have, I never even had a girlfriend. I couldn't even speak to my mom about girl advice, so there's all these bad things that come with that. So it is kind of like that. That's why I do that. Because if I thought about that situation every single day, I would be fucked up.
Every day.
Because there would be a reason to be pissed off and upset and cry every single day. Because there's nothing you can do to change it.
But I think that's the nature, bro, of our thoughts, because it's like you could think about her in a positive light, but like our thoughts are just majoritively negative.
But
it's a negative situation also.
I'm not saying I understand your situation. I don't know, but I'm just
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like we're like I didn't even know her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what's positive.
Right.
I can only ask my dad.
Well, can I ask you? This is a deep question. You don't answer.
No.
How do you feel about your dad's got a girlfriend, right?
A wife, stepmom.
Yeah. How? What's your relationship like with her?
It's cool.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Yeah.
We're cool, but it's
just imagine on both ends. It's probably tough for her. It's just as tough.
No, we're good. Yeah, we have a good relationship, but it's just like you'll never. It's
of course
she could never be my mom,
of course.
And like I would never. I'm not her real son, so it's just step parents is it's a different situation, and each situation is different, with step parents. Like I have friends with step parents, and like even her kids with my dad's relationship is different, so but yeah, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, and as long like I just want like my dad to be happy, and as long as he's happy, like I'm cool with it.
A different situation, but like when my parents got divorced, my dad moved his girlfriend into the crib almost right away, and I resented her. It's different. It's a different situation. Completely different.
Because mom is still here.
Yes.
So that's
a mile down the avenue.
I get it.
But
I understand that.
Yeah, but that's just my perspective. Which again, completely different situation.
Yeah. No, for sure. But
so you don't cry over there. Not crier.
I love crying. Bro.
I love crying.
Jay cried once.
I love crying, bro. Sometimes I'm surprised I haven't cried on this pod yet. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know my life is fucked up, bro. When I'm not crying, I haven't cried in so long.
Well, because it's almost like you're not present.
Yeah. It's like things aren't hitting you. You want to know the number one sign, bro, of someone that's going through shit? If all they do is talk about themselves.
Yep. I think we spoke about this here.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me, bro.
Yeah.
It's me. I realize that.
But there's a fine line, bro. I was thinking about this the other day because I always hate to like come off selfish. right? Like when you're talking about what you're saying, and I bring up my situation only to relate to you, that I can relate to it, and vice versa. But I think that like as influencers and creators, it's important, bro. We have to be a little selfish also at the end of the day. We're creating.
I agree.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I see where he's
But I do get it. I get what you're saying.
He's coming from, because it's like you're almost like,
you're so trapped in your story.
yes, you have to make, like, everything has to be about you to almost like validate that you're trying to like almost hide from it, right? Like you're trying to run from it. I felt like I've done that in the past. Like you're trying to run from it, but the more you talk about yourself, the more you're consciously
not running
telling yourself
Yeah.
about yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're faking it to other people. Then when you get by yourself, now you're thinking about that because subconsciously you knew the whole time, like, I'm not okay.
And it feels like shit, bro. Like I truly believe, like, one of the best things you could do for someone that's going through a tough time is tell them to help someone else. Because the moment you help someone else, bro, the moment you serve someone else, you're not worried about yourself.
Yeah.
If you meet someone that is genuinely going through something insane, something crazy, you're not thinking about yourself. And you don't realize, like, bro, people think you're doing a good deed, but, like, I'm doing this for therapy. I'm doing this because this person needs me. And when this person needs me, I don't need me. Because I don't even got me right now. That's what's so fucked up about, like... That's what's so messed up about, like, being your own therapist. That's what's so messed up, bro, about life. Is, like, you are so important to you. You're the most important to you, no matter what anyone else says. And I think that's a good sign, bro, of people that have great mental health. They're usually, bro, like, focused on helping other people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just something that I'm tapping back into recently, bro, just because, like, that's, bro, there's such problems with thinking. This is, like, kind of spiritual and shit, but
You get that?
yeah, of course, get in there, get you a fucking Patron. This ain't bad.
Oh, Patron is good.
It's all right.
I just don't want to lose this thought. It's very quick. You know who is going to relate to what the fuck you just said a lot? Chefs. I feel like a lot of chefs, and you worked in a restaurant before?
Delivery boy.
Well, I started there, but you could still kind of see it. But, like, I feel like that's why a lot of chefs are, like, depressed and sad people, and they love being a chef because they get to, like, help others
Yeah,
and do something that they also love at the same time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like the first immediate thing that I thought. It was like, yo, if I need to talk to somebody that's going through it, my first thing would be to tell them to, like, do something for other people. The first thing that I thought of was the culinary world and hospitality, even from a server perspective. Like, when you're bro, how many times have we said this? It went viral a bunch of times on a bunch of different pages. When you're in the weeds, bro, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
You're helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's just what the first thing that I thought of when you said that.
Bro, lately I checked out of thinking. That sounds so strange, but, like, I swear to God, I, like, decided, bro, I'm no longer gonna think. My mind's gonna think, but I'm not gonna add a single thing to it. Like, if a thought comes up right now, I'm not going to have an internal dialogue. I'm done, bro. I'm done with it, because I realize, like, my internal dialogue is so negative. It's judgmental, mainly towards me. That's a good sign, bro, of someone that's going through something bad too.
Being judgmental.
Bro, if you're a judgmental person, just know that person, bro, is tormented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, bro, when you're judging other people, like I said before, you must be judging yourself crazy.
all
bro.
day.
All day.
And
I
that's-
catch myself,
Me
and I
too.
know, like, you do, you know,
Yeah.
too. I even, like, the other day, I'm walking out the gym, and there's this, like, older gentleman behind me. And he's, like, dragging his feet, bro.
Like, fucking stupid
He's
feet.
fucking dragging his feet, and I'm just like I didn't even look though.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, pick up your fucking feet.
Yeah.
And then I get to the door, and he's, like, close enough behind me where I'm gonna hold the door.
Yeah.
And I was like, I called myself, and I'm like, you don't even know who's behind you.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I held the door. It was an older gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts, like, sprinting, you know, because I'm holding the door open. I was like, yo, take your time.
Yeah,
like, no
yeah,
rush.
yeah.
He's like, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, have a good day, sir.
And now that dragon
And then
feet
as I'm
sound
walking to my
kinda
car, I'm like, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But I caught myself and like I like made up for it.
Well,
No, but
self-awareness-
that's what I'm
self-awareness.
saying. That's where I'm even checking out, where I'm not telling myself after the fact I'm a fucking asshole. I'm stopping it dead in its tracks.
Yeah.
Because now I just judge myself. That's bad. I'm a fucking asshole. That didn't get anyone anywhere. Now I just think I'm an asshole.
I also think it's a little bit of awareness, though. It's a little bit
all
of self-awareness.
it's all self-awareness.
It's self-awareness where it's good, though, where you can have that dialogue, and it's almost like you're an asshole, and like you can laugh about it because you didn't do anything to actually hurt the person.
Of course.
He thought I was a fucking great guy. Little did he know, 5 seconds ago, I was like, pick your fucking feet up, dude.
Right.
You know?
No, but that's why I'm just checking out completely. You know? Because I'm just like, I realize, bro, that like if I continue to think these same thoughts, I'm always gonna get mad at the old guy. Yeah. It's always gonna happen. But bro, like, that's a sickness. To get mad at an old guy for walking slow is a sickness. I don't give a fuck, bro. To get mad in traffic is a sickness. Is it that bad?
It depends.
Depends on your
No,
perspective.
bro.
Bro,
It's not that bad.
If someone fucking almost hits you, and then you pull up next to them, like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I'm not talking shit about it, I'm telling it to them. But there's times, right, where you're stuck behind the person, and you're in a rush, and you get next to them, and it's a 90-year-old lady,
Yeah.
and you're like,
oh,
I'm sorry.
You're like, oh,
Bro,
fuck.
it's
no, but then I also think you shouldn't be fucking driving.
Well, also, I'm there
I'm
too.
just
But I
saying,
get what you're
bro,
saying.
remove
Yes,
the
yes.
content of
Yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah.
happening.
Yes,
Just think
yes.
about what's
Just in
going
general.
on inside of you.
Yeah.
Bro, I was at the grocery store the other day. This girl had the biggest cart, bro. It was like the world's biggest cart, bro. And we were in like the fucking like express lane, 15 items or less lane, bro. And it was so big.
It was more than 15.
It was so big, bro. And bro, I got I didn't get a cart, so I'm holding all my shit, bro. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be peaceful about it, bro. And then she went to pay, and she had cash. And at Trader Joe's, with an $100 bill, an associate has to come. So they ring the bell and no associate comes, bro. And I'm sitting there, bro, and I'm like starting to like turn into like I'm starting to get rageful about this now, bro, because I swear to God, it was like 5 minutes. And I said, what am I doing?
That's self-awareness.
There's nothing you could do about it. You can't change the outcome of what's going on here. You can only change your reaction to it.
I don't, bro. Why am I that angry?
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
I didn't
That's
have
also
to.
another
I
question.
didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. There was no
That
time sensitive.
anger
It's in you.
is going to poison me. My favorite bar ever, bro, is a snake bite doesn't kill you. It's the poison. The incident is nothing, bro.
Yeah.
The incident is nothing. How many of us run into something in our life that's whatever it is, and we make it venom? We make it something that's gonna kill us, bro. Like so many, bro. We're just the worst at taking things personal.
Yeah.
You know how much times, bro, we torment ourselves over something that isn't even real? How many times are you like, oh, especially, I'm just like, how many times, bro, especially when we're high, right? Like, you know, now you're in your head and you're thinking like, oh, do they notice me?
Do they know I'm high right now?
Can they hear my heartbeat?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you start freaking out, bro. And like, you get to this place where, yeah,
I remember I told my mother one time when I was a kid, I'll never fucking forget this, bro. I didn't know what anxiety was. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I just knew that, like, when I would get nervous or I would feel anxious, and again, I didn't know that word at the time, but like now that I know this, I would ask my mom, I was like, Ma, is it normal to get into a situation where you feel some type of way where you're nervous and like your heart starts to flutter? Like I thought I was bugged out. And she's like, yeah. She didn't explain it to me, but she was like, yeah. And I just used to always just like think to myself, like, everyone knows that like I'm just fucking anxious as fuck or nervous as fuck right now. You could hear my heartbeat. Everybody knows that like I'm having a bad day, even though you have absolutely no fucking idea, you know. And it's just yeah, it just kind of just goes to that thought process of why am I feeling like this, and is it because I'm worried about the reaction of other people that they know that I feel like this, which makes it even worse, or do I actually feel like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it comes. I mean, bro, no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck.
No one gives a fuck as much as you think they give a fuck. They do not give that much of a fuck.
Because think about how much of the fuck that you give.
About other people. I don't give a fuck.
And guess what? Like, I look at myself as like a pretty self-aware, pretty observant person.
Yeah.
And I look at other people, call it what it is. Like, I don't think people are as that tapped in as me, or that sharp, or that fucking observant as me. So you can only imagine the amount of fucks that they give. It's zero. So if you go into situations thinking about other people's perspective, other people's opinions, how they're going to judge you, and you allow that to dictate your decision, you're making a fool. You're making a fool of yourself. Yeah. Because and you're holding yourself back from what could be from the opinion of someone who does not give a fuck about you. It's so fucked up, bro. It really is. And it's like, I feel like once you can get to that point, that's when you've hacked the game. Because I truthfully believe that's the number one, maybe not number one, a top 5 indicator of why you're not completely at where you want to be. Right. I think it's a huge factor of your success. Is it?
What, worrying about what other people
Worrying about what other people think. Because all 3 of us say, I don't give a fuck what people think. But deep down, there's a part of us that still does that. Yeah,
of course, bro. It took me 3 months to post that suicidal.
Yes.
And it just kind of clicked that this is Suicide Prevention Month and I want to post this. Bro, it took me 3 months to post that shit.
No, but exactly.
Because I cared about what other people were going to think when they saw it, or when they saw me, and maybe they didn't comment or like or share or message me. But in my head, I'm thinking, if I haven't seen somebody in 3 months and then I post that and they see, they're going to automatically look at me different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be a fucking stone. I'm supposed to be rock solid. I portray myself as rock solid, boss, leader, whatever the fuck. And now I'm out here showing all the chinks in my armor. Mm-hmm. And I'm just thinking that that's what people are thinking. And they're fucking not.
Yeah.
That's a very selfish thing to think. That you think that the world revolves around you.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Unfortunately, it fucking doesn't. You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, there's a lot of things that like fuck with our mental health. You know, there's so many things that fuck with the mental health, right? And like mental health has almost become this like cliche, almost corny.
It's bullshit the way people use it, bro.
It's almost corny now.
Bullshit to because
you get fucking
real.
Mental health days
from work. It's actually real, bro.
Yeah.
And like the fact that like, bro, a lot of these people just be throwing around like men's mental health or mental health. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? Like you're like a cafeteria. We're talking about mental health, bro. Yeah. Like are we just saying this to like say this to so we can look better?
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't give a fuck, bro. A lot of people don't give a fuck. And that's crazy because it's that's a word, bro. I will never be okay with becoming corny, because that shit is real, bro.
Of course.
It is the most real.
Yeah.
Bro.
I think one thing, like especially with mental health, at least for me, that has like really fucked me up. It's I think we all do I think we all do this. Like we do a really poor job of letting things go.
Yeah.
And God will immediately know when something is no good for you anymore.
Yeah.
And he'll place that in your life. He'll let you know that this should not be for you anymore, whether it's a person, a job, any type of situation. He'll present that. I do not want this in your life anymore. Mm-hmm. But the scary part is he won't remove it from your life. He'll let it stay there. And now it's up to you to remove that thing from your life. But what we do is we hold on. We hold on to that thing and we try to make it work, and we fucking put ourselves through pain and fucking horror, and we have sleepless nights, and we do all these things to hold on to this thing that is not for you anymore. And that fucks up your mental health more than anything in the world. It's when something is not for you anymore and you can't fucking let it go. You don't want to let go because it made you comfortable, it made you happy, it made you feel good at one point in your life. And guess what? It doesn't do that for you anymore. So the best thing that God does is he gives you a sign to tell you, yo, this shit is not for you anymore. Let's see how you react. And what do? we latch on and we fucking try to squeeze it as tight as we can so it doesn't go anywhere. And until you let that thing go, it's gonna fuck with you spiritually, it's gonna fuck with you mentally, it might fuck with you physically, it's gonna fuck with you emotionally. It's gonna fuck up your entire world until you just fucking man up and say, oh, it has to go. It has to go for me to have more room for new things to come in my life, for me to actually become the person I want to be. And that goes to the signs. Like, that's the sign. How many times do we see this sign from God, right? That he puts it in our life that you need to go this way. You need to leave that shit where it is and go this way. And we're like, nah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I'm going to hold on to this shit. I'm going to make this work. I know how to figure it out.
I hate taking the L.
Exactly.
It's such an ego
but
thing.
the L is a win.
Yeah,
the L is a win,
the
but
words
you
out of
don't
my mouth.
see it right now. You have to understand that, like, every loss, like it will eventually turn into a win, and a win that you couldn't even imagine and you couldn't even fathom what that W would be like. It's because you're just so stuck on that. Yeah. And you just have to know when shit is not for you anymore, man.
Right.
You know, in any aspect of life, whether it's people, relationships, friendships, jobs, careers, passions. Once that shit doesn't light you up anymore and doesn't put that fire in your heart, that is your sign from God to know that, like, it's time to try something else.
Yeah.
Because that shit is going to eat you alive. It's going to tear you up. It's going to fucking bring you down until you have nothing left.
And you got to make a decision, bro. You know?
And that's the toughest decision to make.
It is.
It's one of the hardest
It's so
decisions
hard.
to make, right?
It's hard.
It's the risk.
Yep.
It's the risk.
My OCD fucks with me with making decisions like that, because I always think, like, yo, fuck, is this really the right decision? You know what I'm saying? I always overthink those, sometimes even little decisions. I see it.
I just think, bro, at the end of the day, so much of life is just confidence, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like when you're really confident? You know what you got to do.
Yeah.
And you do it.
Sure. Yeah.
And you do it, bro.
But
Because
that's also...
you're confident about the decision. And that's kind of what my entire, like, viewpoint or message on this podcast has been. It's like, bro, we have to do a better job of following a deeper message inside of us, because that's what gives us confidence. And once you're confident, you could never second guess a single thing. You know, you said before, like, there's like a voice inside you that's like, should I feel bad about, you know, my mom? I'm not upset. Bro, fuck that. Fuck that. You know, like, bro, that's a fucking ghost. Whatever that voice is that's saying those words to you. Because if you were supposed to feel bad, you'd feel bad. And if you feel bad in 5 minutes and you didn't feel bad 5 minutes ago, it's all good. The only thing that's real is what's present right now. You know? So I just think that, like, that's the I don't know, something to strive for is just being confident, because confidence is it's a knowing, bro. It's deeper. It's like you don't have to second. The worst thing, bro, like one of the things that I hate most in life is like indecision. I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should do that. Yeah. And then, bro, you're doing this all day, bro. And then tomorrow you're doing this, and the next day you're doing that. And it's like, bro, it's not. And the reason why is because you're not connected to what you need to do. If you like, bro, I truly believe if you're confident, you know what you have to do, you do it. If you don't know, then you're confident about not knowing, and you're gonna stop thinking about it. I don't know. I'm not gonna think about it again. I'm confident that I don't know what it is. I'm gonna give it to God, or fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Well, I mean, they say that more is lost during indecision than wrong decision.
Yeah.
They say, like, that's not a me quote. That's a fucking quote.
It's a great quote.
You know what I mean? And I think also that, and I bring this up all the time, how the butterfly effect really affected me, the movie. Because I'm just going back to, like, what you were talking about, how you were in Trader Joe's and you were on the grocery line and shit was just taking so fucking long. But, like, if that shit...
I might as well have been in Auschwitz the way I reacted.
Bro, but forget about how you reacted. I guess it's part of it, but you look at it like, fuck, why am I so angry about this, right? And, of course, that's a perspective to have. You know, my perspective would be on that. My perspective has flipped to, this is happening for some reason. I'm not supposed to leave this store at the time right now. I don't know. My entire day is going to be delayed 5 minutes for whatever reason. And in 5 minutes in like real lifetime is like a long fucking time. You know how many cars will pass by on the fucking highway in 5 minutes? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like get off and exit. Like, so that's how I look at shit. And that's what I was just pondering on during this whole conversation. Just about how every little fucking decision matters and the bittersweet part to that. And also with having OCD really makes me overthink every little decision. Like, where am I going to eat today? What am I going to make today? What time am I going to go in the shower? Did I wake up a half hour later or earlier than I was supposed to? Why did I do that? 9/11 just passed, and I always think about the woman that was stuck in traffic on 9/11 that was cursing that she didn't get to work on time, but thank God she didn't make it in. You know? And that's what I think about with shit like this.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, quick response to that. Like, I think a lot of that shit, bro, is I mean, I think that's, you can have that mindset of like everything happens for a reason when you're feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you brought up the traffic earlier.
Yeah.
If you're feeling good, bro,
Fuck it.
sitting there listening to music, bro.
Fuck yeah.
I'm driving that shit.
I'm smoking a joint.
Bro,
I'm chilling.
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Bro, if you're pissed off,
Yeah.
you know, everyone,
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Bro, if you're in that grocery line, you're feeling good, you don't care.
Yeah.
Got
Right?
music on and shit.
It's a
Yeah,
good
you
point.
got some music
It's a
on,
good
right?
point.
You might call your boy that you didn't talk to, and you're just like, all right, fuck it, I'll talk to my boy, right? You might talk to the person fucking behind you because you're feeling good.
Yeah.
You know? Mind you, that situation, someone has a big cart, you see someone holding, the right thing to do as a person is, hey, do you want to go in front of me?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's the right thing to do, but
Yeah,
people
yeah.
don't fucking use
But
their
just-
brain.
yeah,
Whatever. I
yeah,
just
whatever.
had that
Yeah.
sidebar.
That's a whole other thing.
You know,
Your fucking grocery
People
etiquette
are
is terrible.
fucking idiots.
yeah. No, people are idiots.
Oh, well, yes,
people are
that-
idiots.
This is a
People
whole
are-
nother
we're not
conversation.
doing that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
people
We're
are.
from New York. He's wearing a New York shirt.
He's wearing a New York shirt.
shit.
But no. But I say all
it's
that to
good.
say, like, with the, it's so, think about that. When
Yeah.
you're feeling good
Yeah.
and life is good and you're on a roll,
Everything's good.
nothing matters. All the bullshit that you think about, you almost laugh at. Like someone cuts you off. You're like, look at this fucking
this
guy.
fucking
You know,
dickhead.
you're pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pulling up
I'm
next
not
to
letting him get in.
Are you fucking kidding
I'm
me?
giving
You know?
him the stare. Like, what are you, a fucking dickhead?
Yeah.
Pull over.
But that's what it comes down to, you know. But
Yeah.
it's like it's hard to live like that because, like Jake said, more often than not, shit is not good.
Yeah.
You know, so it's so easy for us to react that way. It's so easy for us to just snap.
Yeah.
And that carries with you throughout your day
100%.
until something good happens. And guess what? Not every day something good happens.
No.
So now you're going to bed pissed off, and then you wake up more pissed off than you were yesterday, and then it fucking carries over, and it's no way to live. No. It's no fucking way to live, man.
You had a question.
What were you gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
Do you remember?
Oh, I'm fucking hungry, bro.
All right, I got one last one. John's on 9%.
All right, let's go.
I saw a great question. Theo Vaughn asked Joe Rogan. Wrote it in my notes.
Joel.
Simple question. How do you guys feel about regret?
I almost wanted to tattoo it right here. I guess you don't quit,
Don't quit.
regret. For that
Regret.
right there.
Or no regrets?
No, regret. 'Cause
No,
it's cool. It's
but-
cool. It's
but
cool to
spelled,
regret.
but spelled regrets wrong.
Yeah, with
You
a
know?
Z or some shit. Like,
I don't know.
hurts.
I'm gonna go off on just a small little tangent, and I'll let you guys.
yeah,
take
how
the
do you
floor.
feel about regret, man? Because,
I think. Regret,
but I want you to take it serious.
You want me to actually take it serious?
Yeah, bro, because regret is a real fucking
Regret
thing.
is a real thing.
Regret is a real fucking thing that, like, I feel like we don't even, like, shed enough light on it.
I don't think I've regret that much. Have you guys? You guys regretting things?
My thought process with regret, and I've said it before, is like, it's hard to regret things because if you put yourself back in those shoes, think about what you wanted.
Yeah.
That was everything you ever wanted in that moment. So of course, months, years removed from that situation, yeah, you might have regret now because you've evolved, you're a different person, but put yourself back in those shoes. In that moment, that was everything you ever wanted. So to have regret is almost silly. It almost doesn't make sense because, of course, you know, hindsight is 20/20. Yeah, you could have always went back and did something differently. If every athlete could go back and make the play a little bit different, yeah, they would have won the fucking game. But you can't. the only thing you can do is learn from something. So like I try not to have regret at all. All I try to do is like put myself back there. All right, well, that's what you wanted then. What do you want now? And since there was a thought of regret in that situation, right? What can we do to learn from it and grow from it? That's the only thing you can do. Having regret is like giving yourself self-pity and fucking up your mental health. But the only thing you can do is like look back, like, all right, I wanted that back then. I don't want that anymore. What do I want now?
Yeah.
How much have I changed as a person to get what I actually want? And that's how I try to look at regret. That's why I wanted to hear like your guys' perspective just on regret, because I'm sure everyone has a different fucking thing on regret. There's people that could go down a rabbit hole of regret, and fucking and fucking pick apart their life.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I say this all the time that hindsight is 20/20. So me speaking on my opinion on this in hindsight is easy. But number one, I agree with what you said about it's what you wanted in the moment, so it's hard to regret it. But bro, I equate it back to the butterfly effect, bro. I try not to regret anything because I think it happened for a reason. I try not to regret. I think about this all the time. You know what? Like one of my biggest regrets is, it could sound so fucking dumb because I never would have went to the league, but like I regret not playing my last 2 years of high school basketball with my boys because I tore my ACL sophomore year and junior year came and I decided I had to pick boxing or basketball. I can't be healthy enough to do both. Looking back on it, I was definitely healthy enough to do both, but I didn't. But who knows what the fuck would happen? I wanted to go to a high school where I could have played football. Maybe I would have went to college and D1. I wouldn't have went to league. Maybe I would have got a good education, a different job. I wouldn't be sitting here. Yeah. So I look back at all these things. Girlfriend broke up with me. I should have took the union job, but I didn't. Do I regret it? I don't know. On my bad days, I do regret it. On my good days, I say, thank God I didn't. So it's just like, it's hard for me to sit there and regret anything because there's nothing you could do about it. You can only move forward. And I feel like regret is such a negative emotion that it's only going to take away from you instead of adding to you because there's nothing you could do about it. Facts. You know what I mean? I
was telling a kid this day today. I went to a Catholic high school.
Same.
And I would consider myself a little Christian, a little Buddhist, a little spiritual. You know, I got fucking quirks to me, whatever it is. But bro, I don't think anyone in the world can tell you why we're here, dude. I've been so fucked up lately by the like just looking up and being like, whoa. Like I don't know what that is lately, but like I've genuinely just been like looking at my skin, looking at my hands, and being like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like let alone like picking up a cell phone, calling someone across the world, watching a TV. I'm like, bro, it's either A, we're in a simulation, or B, God exists. Like I don't have anything else for you.
Right.
And basically, bro, the whole point of what I'm getting at is that because life is so crazy, nobody knows why we're here. Nobody knows. People are followers of Jesus. No one's ever met the dude. I've never met anyone that met Jesus. I've never seen a picture of Jesus. People like whatever God you may believe in, or whatever it is that you believe. I don't know why we're here. No one knows why we're here. I think it's crazy why we don't even think why we're here more often. I'll be thinking about, why doesn't this girl like me, rather than like, what am I looking at? What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
I think you would drive yourself insane.
No, but bro, like I think that's why we stay away from it. But bro, like
yeah.
I think it's something to investigate a little bit, and I've been doing that recently because, as fucking horrible as it sounds, but like, bro, I'm so fucking concerned with like what people think of me, when like, do we even exist? You know, like I'm not saying to use that as therapy. I'm just saying that like, the whole point of me going off on this tangent was to say, nobody knows why we're here. So the only thing I could do with my life is to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I think we're here. I don't know why we're here. I'm not going to create a philosophical statement about why we're here. So I'm going to say we are here to enjoy our time here. I'm here. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to enjoy myself. What I'm not going to do is hate my life. And be depressed and be miserable and regret things. I'm not going to do that, bro. So what I'll say with regret, I think it's far better to accept things than it is to regret things.
Yeah.
Because it's the reframe. No matter how you look at shit in your life, bro, you could always look at something like, this is good for me or this is bad for me. every single time.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where I'm at, bro. And like, that's the decision that I'm making moving forward. Call me crazy, call me whatever it is. I'm done being negative, bro. If something has a negative connotation towards it, here's what I'm saying. I think we're here to enjoy ourselves, 1, and 2, I think we're here to grow. So, when do we grow? Through bad shit, right? That's when we grow.
That's the only time you grow.
So that's just as far as like what this life is. I think 1, you need to just honestly be happy with where you're at, because if you're listening to this clip or you're out there right now listening to this podcast, you've probably been through a fucking ton. I think that's where you have to be happy, because you've grown a ton. And now I think you need to set yourself free a little bit and just start enjoying your life, man.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of life, bro. Nobody knows what it is. I honestly think it's just to enjoy yourself and grow. So never regret anything, because like you said before, whatever happened to you in your life before was all you ever wanted. And if it was, if you didn't want it, you learned something through it, and you're still breathing.
Yeah.
So you have an opportunity to do something with your life.
No, bro. Life is really life is all about experience. It's all about moments. It's all about just spending time with good people, your friends, your family. That's really all this shit comes down to.
Yeah.
All the other shit, it really doesn't matter. The money, the fame, the girls, the only thing that matters is like the people close to you, the experiences that you had, the things that you would have never imagined doing, and then you got to do it. It's those moments, those captures. That's why pictures and photos are just so iconic, right? Like a photo capturing a moment in time. It's because like that's all this shit is. That's all this shit is. It's just like moments and experiences that you'll never get back. So the only thing you can do is be present, appreciate it, be grateful for the people around you, love your family members, love your friends, love your partner, and just and try to enjoy this shit the best you can, because it's not easy, it's not always fun, it's not always glitz and glamour, but we're alive, and we're only here for a very short amount of time. And before we know it, this fucking chapter of eternity is going to close, and it's never going to open again. So all we can do is just be like, bro, just smile, be good to people, be a good person, and just try to have fun, like to the best of your ability.
And last thing, stop being afraid.
It's a very important.
Stop being afraid.
Facts.
Very
you know
important.
what I'm saying, bro? Just like, bro, I find myself second guessing myself all the time for like fear of failure, fear of what other people think about me, and it's like, bro, who gives a fuck?
Doesn't matter.
Who gives a fuck, bro?
It really doesn't matter.
Why is it so easy to say that when the drinks are flowing?
Of course, yeah. Because when
That's
you're
why
getting
I like being drunk.
Let's
when
just
you
get drunk more.
when you're getting ready to post something on Instagram and you're worried about what people are fucking.
But if you were
That's
drunk,
crazy.
But if you were drunk,
You wouldn't give a fuck.
You would do it
bro,
immediately.
I'll go Instagram live right now.
no, but that's what I'm saying.
Let's do it.
Bro, but like this is, I mean, we're about to,
What are we on?
John's battery's about
we'll
to
cut it
end.
off.
I'll cut right here. I'll
Yeah,
finish
yeah,
here.
yeah.
But like,
Damn, I want to do cinema. It's all right.
it's all right.
We'll
get
We'll
it.
do
We'll
it.
get
Bro,
into it. Yeah,
I'm,
we'll
bro,
get
I'm
into
down to do 2-3 times a week. Bro.
We can do
Yeah,
this
I wanna
shit
get that- I
fucking
wanna get
Monday
that
night,
in,
But
for
whatever.
sure.
I just say, I say this to say, like, one, because I've been working with Zach Clark, right? And like I've been watching a lot. I have to edit addiction podcasts, right? And like I do, but I am learning.
What a funny
almost.
life, bro.
I am learning almost,
Yeah, yeah.
in a sense of just like addiction, because it's people that have battled all different things, and like I enjoy alcohol,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
I understand. I can see it. I have compassion now for people that become alcoholics.
Yeah.
Because you feel so much better when you're drinking versus when you're not, if your life is not good.
Yep.
Alcohol is an escape from your reality that makes you not judgmental of yourself. It makes you able to make free-minded decisions. It gives you no care in the world, as long as you're being safe. I'm not saying drive drunk or do stupid shit, right? But I'm just saying, if you're drinking responsibly, but you're drinking excessively, I see how people fall into the trap, because reality, when you have alcohol in your system versus when you don't, more often than not, life is a lot better. You don't think as much. It turns off a switch in your brain that makes you overthink all the fucking time. So I do have compassion for people that deal with alcoholism, and I can see how they get there, because I can only imagine what their life is like when they're not fucking drinking. There's something that brought them there. And the reason that they got there, I don't know. Only they know, and the people around them know. But I get it. Yeah. For people to judge people with addictions and that suffer from alcoholism and do hard drugs. It's like, you've never done that shit, right? One, you don't know what they've been through. Two, you may not suffer from that addiction. Is addiction a disease or something you choose? I don't fucking know. But I can see how people get to that point, because you shut off from the reality. The thoughts shut off. The overthinking is out the window. And you can almost just be yourself. And you can be free. You feel free. It's one of the only times you actually feel free. Yeah. And people get addicted to that. People get addicted to the freedom that the drug or the alcohol brings them. Yeah. And now I look at it, and yes, it's not healthy, of course. And can it kill you? Absolutely. Can you kill someone else? Absolutely. It's not the right thing to do. But I have compassion for those people now, and I can just kind of see deeper through than being the asshole TikToker that judges them. You fucking junkie, crackhead, alcoholic motherfucker. Yeah. It's like, fuck you, bro. You have no idea what this guy has been through.
100%. I mean, I've been around people like that my whole life, so I have a lot of empathy for them.
Yeah.
You know.
More on alcoholism.
Next episode.
And movies next week.
Bang.
This is a good app.
This is a great app.
Great app.
Cut.
Great. Cut.